Since 1981, one coastal town in the United Kingdom has quietly lost a staggering 22,000 of its own residents. Massive factories have been leveled to the ground. Once bustling high streets are lined with empty storefronts, and lifelong locals are openly calling their home a ghost town. But local government leaders are refusing to let their community fade away. Instead, they are executing a radical and highly debated survival plan. They are actively trying to repopulate their dying town by aggressively recruiting migrants, refugees, and international skilled workers. Welcome to Greenock, a Scottish town located in Inverclyde, just west of Glasgow. Today we are looking at why this town is hemorrhaging its population, how they plan to use international migration to save their local economy, and what this radical experiment means for the rest of the world. To understand the crisis facing Greenock today, you have to look at what this town used to be. For generations, this was a proud, becoming shipbuilding town. Heavy industry provided thousands of reliable, well-paying jobs, but as the shipbuilding industry collapsed, the jobs vanished. And the economic bleeding did not stop there. Just a few decades ago, an IBM semiconductors factory in the area employed 5,000 people. Today, that site has been completely razed to the ground and those jobs never returned. In 2023, an Amazon fulfillment center shut its doors, wiping out another 300 jobs in just the last few years alone. The local area has lost around 1,500 jobs. When the jobs leave, the youth follow. Young adults are packing up and heading to larger cities like Glasgow, Manchester, or Birmingham. What is left behind is an aging population, empty real estate, and a local economy struggling to support itself. Council leaders project that without intervention, the town will lose another 10,000 residents in the next 2 decades. Faced with this demographic cliff, the Inverclyde Council launched a targeted repopulation strategy. While part of the plan involves boosting local apprenticeships and offering grants to help locals start businesses, the most aggressive tactic is transforming the town into a magnet for international arrival. The local government has actively implemented an anti-racist school curriculum and established dedicated English language lessons for new arrivals. The goal is not just to bring people in, it is to integrate them quickly so they put down roots. And if you walk down the high street today, you can see the strategy working. You will find businesses that did not exist here 5 years ago, like an African food shop opened by a woman named Christiana, catering to a booming community of expats, international students, and workers. You will meet people like Sunday, a healthcare professional who relocated to Greenock on a UK skilled worker sponsorship visa because the local health services desperately need staff. You will also find Mo, who arrived from Syria as a refugee in 2018 without speaking a word of English. With community support, he learned the language, adapted to the culture, and now works as a local gym instructor. But why is a town in Scotland relying so heavily on international migration? To answer that, we have to look at the broader, terrifying demographic data that is currently reshaping the entire United Kingdom. According to official data from the National Records of Scotland, the country is experiencing a severe demographic winter. In 2024, Scotland recorded its lowest number of births since civil records began in 1855, with the total fertility rate plummeting to just 1.25. To maintain a stable population without migration, a country needs a birth rate of 2.1. Furthermore, data from the UK Office for National Statistics reveals that across the entire UK, the population is aging rapidly, meaning there are fewer working age adults to pay the taxes required to support pensions, healthcare, and infrastructure. Greenock is not an anomaly, it's just experienced the reality of a shrinking, aging population faster than the rest of the country. Naturally, bringing in thousands of new people to a town struggling with unemployment has sparked intense local debate. Many lifelong residents feel forgotten. They ask a very difficult question: why are we bringing in new people when our own children are being forced to leave the area just to find a job? When resources are tight, resentment can build. The town has seen isolated incidents of tension, including protests outside hotels causing asylum seekers. However, local politicians like council leader Stephen Mackay point out a harsh reality. A small local council cannot force massive multinational companies to build factories in their town. What they can do is try to stabilize the population. Without working age immigrants, the local health service would completely collapse. Refugees and migrants bring ambition, new businesses, and crucially, young children to fill the local school. And there is genuine hope on the horizon for Greenock. Just 15 minutes away, the neighboring town of Gorok is thriving, proving that coastal communities can still succeed if they adapt. Local visionaries in Greenock are following suit. Developers are currently raising £5 million to transform a crumbling historic sugar refinery into a massive STEAM skills hub, focusing on science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. The facility will feature 3D printers, robotic arms, and cultural event spaces. The new philosophy is simple, except that many people will commute to Glasgow or work remotely, but make Greenock such a vibrant, beautiful, and heavily serviced town that young people never want to leave. Greenock is the ultimate test case for the 21st century. Can a former industrial giant survive a demographic collapse by reinventing itself as a welcoming hub for the world's migrants? Time will tell. If you found this deep dive fascinating, let us know your thoughts on Greenock's strategy in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories on how our world is changing.